Does look like we're going to go live here, though. So we'll start middle off here. I'm going to check out Numlock's rollout. We'll see what he does if he hits it. He misses the little choke rollout. You're supposed to surf that, but he's still quick enough. He's going to go over to the right here. This is the general play when you fail your rollout as Demo Man. No aggression coming out from either side. We do see that Mike is taking the high ground. He gets counter-jumped instantly by Mini-Moose. Both soldiers trying to play up top for Epsilon. Here comes that late bomb from Ips. Tries to get some rockets on an Numlock, who is now aggressive on the point by himself. Cleaned up by Samzy there, who got in with the other scout Tvik, and they made their first kill. No demo for Epsilon. Make it 2 picks as Shocky is going to run into some signature break. Oh, Mitzi gets cleaned up as well. This is kind of the point. Bash taken out by Mini-Moose, and this is a very easy middle win here for Crack Clan. Barely took any damage, didn't lose any players, and it's just Mike and Nox on 2. Crack Clan already pushing Greg.
Yeah, indeed, and it seemed like some really weird coordination between Nox and Numlock there. Numlock went forward, Nox went back into the sewers and just tried to get away from that Ips bomb, even though Ips wasn't fully committing, and then that just meant Numlock was completely isolated, taken down. CC take the middle and second point, and they're going to have this Uber trying to push him, probably going to go in through lobby, I would expect, on process. That's kind of where I see most teams going. Other sides are a little bit too far away from everything, but what do you reckon, Rich?
There's so many ways into last. Teams don't really like to push straight Ubers in. You see right now the 2 scouts coming in for Crack Clan trying to get forced. Nox will pop his Uber, Ips and both scouts in. Brigo's also going to suicide. Looks like what we call in America a 4-player suicide. Tvik actually makes it out on 26 HP. Don't think that was intended. Crack Clan have their Uber to defend too here, but they're down a lot in numbers. The Uber's going to get popped. The air shot double by Mike there onto Mini-Moose. One of those on the Uber, so it doesn't quite get as much damage. They need to clean him up, but this Uber hasn't gone so well. Bash is going to die. Mini-Moose will extend pretty far forward and get killed there. Ips is in late to the fight, also eats an air shot from Mike. Oh dearie, and he gets launched away. Crack Clan tried a nice little play there into Lash, just didn't work out. Now they're going to get punished in choke. Epsilon moving very quickly. 1 scout is into the fight, but he has to back it off. Crack Clan make it out of middle with their lives and maintain their slight bit of Uber.
Yeah, indeed, but really nice play from Epsilon. You know, noticing that the CC have sacrificed all those players, getting straight out of there, and then Mike, though all those air shots denying both soldiers from CC, and that just completely stalled the aggression from CC back onto the second point. And then that means that Epsilon managed to take down middle as well, but now we see Tvik on a sniper. Epsilon trying to push through the computer room. They can kind of see the sniper. Can sniper take the shot? Oh, Nox ducks, but he goes down to Tvik. I called it beforehand. They don't really know how to counter the sniper here, Epsilon, and that is a massive pick from Tvik.
And now Epsilon are just trying to set up in some hiding places. You see Mike is in behind, gets the air shot on the sniper. Very casually done by Mike, his 4th air shot of the game. He will eat the air pipe from Brigo, though, and go down. But Mike, 4 air shots in about 3 minutes of play, and that's kind of par for the course for him. We do see that Epsilon have their players set up in decent position here. Crack Clan are taking this very slowly, don't want to waste this Uber. It is a pretty huge advantage. They can gain a lot of ground out of this if they play their cards right. And I noticed in their pregame against Doctrinal on Snakewater especially, they were playing it very slowly, very deliberately. Didn't want to risk too much. Maybe trying to play, maybe they think this is the way to play against Epsilon. Play a little slow, see what happens.
Indeed, it slows down the game and stops some of the Epsilon players really getting into it. Also, something I quite like about Process, or quite like them playing this way on Process, is it's quite a defensive bias map, if you see what I mean. But I always find that if you push in really aggressively into like the last point or the second point, you just get you overextend so easily, and it's so hard to take that point. So this kind of slow play from Crack Clan is really working out so far.
Yeah, and they actually are going to go with the heavy here on Tvik. I haven't ever seen a heavy push into Spire. I've seen it used a lot to defend the Spire. Mini-Moose is peeking. Numlock is so far forward, but he has his support coming. He will just surf away. Crack Clan have decided to take up the sewers here. Looks like they're trying to bait someone in, someone to peek on the sewer door, and then Tvik gets a quick cleanup kill, playing that heavy there. This is a very interesting style from Crack Clan, though. I've never seen this. Like, they just have a heavy sitting in sewer, and they're trying to bait as best they can. Looks like Numlock is going to fall for it, goes in. Gets bounced away. He's trapped. They don't realize the Uber runs through. 1 soldier is trapped out in the sewer, is going to get killed. Mini-Moose there. Ips is now having to back off. Uber was popped by Crack Clan in the end and got nothing done. And Admiral's actually going to drop because they lost control of choke. Mitzi gets in behind. Shocky and Bash coming for the double kill. Make it 2 for Bash as well. Tvik, the only one alive. He's on very low life and gets cleaned up. That was a dire misplay from Crack Clan, Greg.
Yeah, indeed. It was really, really clever play from Epsilon, though. Then the moment they saw that heavy in the sewer room, they knew there's like 4 players in there. They just solo Uber numlocked in, forced the Uber straight out from Crack Clan, and they just kind of backed out with numlocked and knocks, but pushed everyone else into a choke because everyone's just stuck in sewers. And it just worked out so nice. It just scissored all the players. And look at CC all the way back on last and a massive Uber advantage here. And we'll have to wait and see how Epsilon decide to push this.
Yeah, they have a lot of options here. You probably will see that lobby push you were discussing earlier, but Mike is going to get domed instantly by Tfik on that sniper, playing near his spawn area here. But I think that Crackland, or Epsilon rather, still want to move with this Uber. You see Numlock getting in a position, getting that overheal. The sniper shot is going to go on a miss. He was very low. The Uber comes out, but they have bad health. Brigo's caught out by the stickies of Numlock, though, and is taken down. Numlock still has that Uber on him. Is in, going for the upper, the high ground right now. Cap is going to be initiated here, but Crackland very close to their Uber, up to 100%. They have to get on it, though. Samzy is going to go down on the flank to Mitzi, who has made his way in. The Uber is popped on this heavy weapons guy, but they've already lost 2 players, their Demoman and their Scout. Mini Moose is trying to go up top to deal with Numlock here, but Numlock has made it back into the fight. He's going for the point, gets a kill on the Admirable Bash in as well. The second kill, Mitzi gets a cleanup as well, and Numlock on the point doing so much damage, so much work of those stickies will make it 1-0 in favor of Epsilon.
Yeah, indeed, and the kill onto Brago as they came in through that door was pretty much the catalyst for all of that. As soon as they got that kill, and then Numlock managed to get the height advantage, even though CC Ubered, they could never chase down all those Epsilon players, and they just came back in all at once, and there we have it, 1-0 to Epsilon. And actually, Brago is so slow, he's failed his second jump. So this is going to be such a weird middle from CC here, so we'll have to see what they do.
Brago's just holding it defensively on his side. They're taking some passive hold of their own house here. The late bomb going to come from Ips, but it doesn't achieve much. Gets knocked back. No aggression yet. The counter aggression coming out from Epsilon will take down Mini Moose and Ips. Numlock just holding forward and getting so much damage out. Will eat those long range pipes from Brigo and die, but that is a 2-for-1 trade with no soldiers. Crack Clan are really going to have a hard time defending Spire. Soldiers are just so important because they're the most mobile class. They can get up there very quickly. Epsilon looks like they're going to be doing a PC push right now. They're going to take this through the upper. Will it be Mitzi or Mike getting the Uber? Mike has the overheals on him now. He's trying to find something. Eats the first pipe from Brigo. Trying to get in. That Uber's going to get popped here. They're on to Brigo. The counter comes out. Can they block this? Will Brigo get there in time? He's going for the point, spamming some stickies up top. The better Uber is Crack Clans, and they have some spawns as well. The soldier bomb in, getting launched into the sky here, cleaned up by that nice little arcing sticky from Brigo. And Epsilon probably going to have to back it out here, though Samzy and Mini Moose are quite damaged right now.
And I have to say that was a really clever bomb from Mike. Nox was on about 30 HP trying to get into sewers, and if he hadn't jumped, then Nox probably would have gone down. So they do manage to keep hold of their medic here, Epsilon, as Numlock's being so aggressive and choking so much damage! 20 HP as he gets around the corner. Wow, how lucky is he?
Very lucky indeed. We see that the Ubers are even right now. We're going to see a little bit of a stalemate here at the choke. But thanks to that outline tool, we can see all the positions very well. We can see nicely if a flank is going to come in, if some big play is going to happen. No off-classing here, despite the respawns coming out. Epsilon have actually achieved a slight Uber advantage here. They've been building a little better. Now that Europe has the unlocks allowed, the Boston Bashers become rather crucial in team strategy. You have to be able to build Uber very quickly, and it's the fastest way to do it. But Epsilon aren't really aware of their advantage. It was a slim one anyway, so they can't push. But Numlock getting so aggressive on the ground, trying to bait out that scout. Numlock has moved in. The Uber's popped on him. Crack Clan trying to retreat. They don't want to waste this. They pop very, very late. Nox is on low life, but Numlock, both soldiers and the scouts, already out of choke. And we have just seen a nice Uber for Uber trade with nothing happening. There is a soldier in. Mike taking a lot of damage here. Gets that scout kill with the assist of his entire team, who are now shoving it in through computer room. Crack Clan trying to rotate to the high ground. Take it over for me, Greg, while I choke on my own spit.
Now actually watching Mike go into lobby as CC just falls straight back onto last. They can't do anything here now to Vic's down, and the point is going to be capped out. And I wonder if Epsilon are going to push straight forwards. It looks like that's what they want to do. They're coming in on the right hand side, jumping the soldier, and Brago gets caught. Two fight as Rockets even goes down. He's down. Nox gets headshot by Tavik though, so he's going to be dead. There's no medic up for CC, but can they do it? Just 3 players left versus 4. I don't think they can. Soldier of Mitzi up on the point, trying to keep the players off it. Can he cap it out?
Oh my god, the sword kill. Very well played from Mitzi there to make that so close, though. Shocky wanted to come in, but is going to think more wisely of it now that he sees that Samzy has heals. Crack Clan have this full Uber advantage now, and they're going to have spawners in 5 seconds here, but look at this. Bash instantly spawns on Spy. We're going to have to take a look at his camera once he gets in, see where he's going to go with this. Admirable is kind of known for the Uber drop now and again. I don't think he's going to have the chance here. Mike is on the point fighting the soldier. Pop will come out here onto Brigo and Minimus, but Minimus dies forward. Bash is in lobby right now on that spy. We'll see if he can make anything happen, if he's going to even spot a player out. He's going for the pick right now. They don't know it's him, but they're all backing up. Epsilon have gotten aggressive, so Bash not useful here. The Scout's going to spot him out, take him down to 9 HP, but Epsilon is there to support. Numlock cleaned up, though, walked in too far with no heals, taken out by Brigo and Fick. This is a 4v6, or 4v5 rather, right now with full Uber advantage to Epsilon. I think they'll wait for their spawns, especially their demo, before they make anything happen, though.
Yeah, I completely agree, especially if they've got a 50% advantage. They've got enough time to wait for that, but actually Tvik goes down, so they might still try and do this, and there's a soldier stuck out here. Will he go down? I don't know who that is. He's getting absolutely destroyed. Minimus eventually dies. So Uber does get triggered, but all these players are going to be taken down. Brago down as well. Just 3 players left alive for CC. Ips trying to back up, though, as much as he can on that top right, but he's eventually going to go down. Spy kill onto Samsy, and then we go 2-0 to Epsilon.
Yeah, it's a bad situation for Crack Clan. They Ubered in with a full advantage, couldn't get anything out of it. And that's when you try to push out a process last, you get punished very severely if you don't get any frags with the Ubers. We will take over another mid here. Brigo a little slow on his first jump, see if he can do a second any better. Not even going to go for it. This is kind of Brigo's style, though. He goes a little slower, plays a little differently on this mid than most demos do, and as some people in chat were saying, demo speed on rollouts isn't always the most crucial thing, but we do see that Epsilon got their soldier up top and trade him very quickly. High ground is controlled by them. Ips is trying to make that big jump right now, though. Some pressure being applied to Epsilon, but they're going to lose, or by Crack Clan going to lose to Vic instantly. Shocky down as well, and Mitzi and Bash going in for some big plays, taking on both soldiers. Admirable is still alive. Samsy and Brigo his only support, though. Epsilon already trying to move here. As you can see, they're coming through this choke right now. They're bunched up, getting their heals in. Soldier has jumped in. That is Mike onto the Spire, soaking up some damage here, trying to bait out the air pipes. Eats a ton of damage, but Crackland have been forced back so far by this aggression. But the sticky trap eats Mike in the end. Will Crackland contest this? They've backed all the way up to last. Very defensive play here. Not really what I would expect out of Crackland, but it looks like they're trying to peek on the balcony now. Are they really going to go for this after giving up Spire, Greg?
No, they can't. They're just trying to see if anyone's slightly forward, maybe try and get a pick out of it, try and get a second one possibly as well with Mike being dead, but unfortunately they can't. Mike's almost going to be there and they're going to have to just back out to last, although Minimus is still being really, really aggressive. Scout there, unfortunately can't take him. And I want to go back to middle very, very quickly if that's alright, Rich. Numlocked made all his rollouts, and the moment he landed the final rollout, he did like a massive twitch with his mouse, like, yay, I made it! It was funny.
We do have Tvik on Sniper, watching the lobby area right now. He's going to get very aggressive, going to try and find any angle he can. Sees a soldier, misses that shot. Actually, it was a fully charged body shot. My mistake, he actually hit it, but it just isn't enough. Mike will survive. Numlock going to come in with the Uber through the left side right now. Brigo's caught out in the air, gets saved by Admiral at the end. It was down to 40 HP. Brigo can't really do much with this, and Epsilon just back out instantly. Epsilon looks like they want to get re-healed and do a no Uber push. They know Tvik's on the Sniper. Mike is in, going for the big plays right now. Onto Medic, onto the Scout as well, doing a ton of damage in left. Here comes the cleanup. Shocky and Bash die so early, though. Mitzi is going to get 1 kill, but they have lost 3 in exchange, and Crack Clan now have an opportunity to push out, except they still have that Sniper. He's going to switch off to Scout is Tvik right now, and looks like Brigo's going to probe his way out through the lobby, but Ips is going to die to the sticky trap from Numlock, and that halts all aggression from Crack Clan. Brigo's just going to trap up the lobby now.
And Numlock's actually pushing into the main lobby, trying to do as much damage as he can while they're falling out, but unfortunately can't get anybody there. The Uber advantage is actually quite high for Epsilon. Look at that. It's about 20% now, 25%. So we're going to see Epsilon push straight in now on the left-hand side. Here comes Numlock's. Brago's kind of caught out. Can they get him? No, they can't. The door does shut there. And now adds. Will he die? I think he will. Yes, so there's no Uber for CC. Numlock's will get taken out eventually. And there's just 4 players left alive from Epsilon, pushing against 5 in CC, but no medics and no heals. What will Epsilon try and do here as they lose so many players? Wow, DJC. What happened there?
Oh man, that was a very weird turn of events. Mike was on Spy, went into last, didn't make anything flashy happen, but did manage to distract well enough that Admirable got caught out by the stickies of Numlock there, and then Epsilon just tried, they wanted to re-push with heals, but they stayed in the lobby for a little too long, let themselves get swarmed right down. Numlock's fighting a 1v1 on middle against the Scout, gets the pipe in the end to finish off Samsy, barely took any damage there, is going to live with a nice 113 HP. Knots has just spawned though, will be slightly behind on Uber, but not any kind of advantage that you can push off of unless Admirable decides to build really well here. It looks like we are still with Uber versus Uber for both squads. No crit squeak action yet. I know Admirable has been known to run a little bit of crits in the past. Looks like Epsilon actually want to just shove this in right now. Minimus is going to get taken down. Numlock's baiting it, choke, get some damage on him, then Bash with the cleanup. Bash now moving on the low ground. He and Shocky in position. Brigo gets caught out, taken out by Shocky, and they need to cap this and move into last instantly because Brigo is down for 50. 15 seconds. They will not have their Uber, but this is such a huge advantage to push off of Numlock and a Soldier trying to make it in here. Numlock getting some good spam in. The Scout is already on cap right now. He's going to bait to the point is Shocky, and now Numlock is moving in. Shocky is cleaned up, but Numlock has taken the high ground very strongly here. He's going to back it up. They know they're close to Uber. They don't want to waste Nox's life, but Brigo is just now spawning. Mike is going to go down as well. Numlock is still probing. Epsilon seems so unsure of what they want to do here. They don't know whether to push or to wait or to fall back or what to do at all. And they're just going to go back to 2, wait for their spawns, and repush as a 6-man unit.
Yeah, and I completely agree with that decision. Once they lost Mike there, without him, without a 5v5 fight, the Uber exchange is just really, really useless, because those 2 players that are dead for, or the 1 player dead for CC even, will respawn straight away in the middle of the fight once the Uber's out. Instead, your player is going to respawn miles back on middle, and that is just not worth taking whatsoever. And actually, Epsilon playing the heavy this time. We saw Tavik play it earlier, and a heavy pushing into last. Rich, what do you think here on Process?
The kind of typical heavy push the teams do where they Uber in and then fall back to the heavy and give him critical heals and he gets that increased heal rate and 450 health is very effective on Process, but we're going to see the Uber come in from Numlock. Looks like that's what we're going to see. Mike takes a lot of initial damage. Counter Uber comes out from CC. Is Numlock stuck in? He's trying to find a sticky to jump away with, but he is getting juggled everywhere down to 20 HP and the heavy play won't even matter. Shocky can't get in. He's coming in now late to the fight. Shooting on the Scout will take down Samsy, bashes in as well to take down Ips, but Tvik cleans up the heavy, and that should stall out any Epsilon aggression here. They back up to 2. There is a Soldier in position. Mike trying to make a play into last, but takes a ton of damage, just has to back it off. And that was really just, Numlock got caught in, some nice juggling there from the Soldiers, from Brigo, from Crack Clan to keep him in.
Yeah, it really, really was a good job from them, but unfortunately they can't really get a foothold on second to be able to push out whatsoever here. Epsilon are kind of losing a player and then just backing out. They're like, okay, we'll just sack last, we'll hold on to the second point, and actually they're going to push in without any Ubers for either team. Actually, in fact, Nox is closer than Ads. They're going to pop straight away, I'd assume, but Ads is on 99% now, does pop as well. In fact, Nox hasn't popped yet. Ads has just popped for no reason whatsoever, and Epsilon are going to just back out, and actually Minimoose goes down, trades with Mike, and here comes the Epsilon Uber in on the right hand side, and they're going to be able to put on so much damage, especially onto that heavy and the medic, both of them going down a Marvel and Tvik, and now we'll see Brago trying to put a valiant defense, does get 1 kill, but unfortunately can't do anything more than that, and that's 3-0.
I have no idea how that developed, that Bash got in so deep, but as Bash started that tap cap and drew Crack Clan out of position, Shocky ran in from the far left side through that shutter area and just got 2 clean shots on Admirable that forced that Uber. That was very well played from Epsilon, some great coordination there. Going to take over yet another middle though. This is the 4th round. Epsilon currently up 3-0. Numlock is on the point, fighting on the low ground here. Once again, not a ton of aggression from these soldiers. Here come the synchronous bombs from Ips and Mike. Mike gonna eat a ton of damage and gets launched back. Actually, craters from Minimoose's damage. Tvik onto Bash as well. Wins the 1v1. Shocky's taken out, trying to make a play there. And Epsilon back it out, but there's a Scout in. Tvik and Samsy both here. Nox is taking a ton of damage. Here comes Brigo as well. Nox is running. He is all the way out. There's a Scout on him. Tvik is chasing him into last. Nox is trying to loop. Gets the Uber shot down to 3 health. Is Tvik. He's fighting for his life. Brigo comes in as well, but it won't matter. Mitzi is dead. Domini was pushing into the lobby. There is a Soldier alive. Mike gets caught out as well. And this is huge aggression from Crackling. We have not seen this at all. The sniper spawn out of Shocky is going to try and make the miracle play. The save here, looking for a Scout, a Soldier, anything. He's going to actually peek at a spawn. The Spire hasn't been capped yet, so this round isn't over. But Epsilon with late spawns, no Uber. This could go very badly here.
Indeed, and that's a really, really nice middle from CC. In actual fact, getting 7 kills without reply because they killed Mike off his respawn as well. So, really, really good play from them there. And it was that aggression on middle, the aggression we haven't seen yet. And actually, Shocky does manage to take down Samsy. So we'll see whether CC were going to push without that Scout. I probably assume they would, although they are kind of just waiting around the lobby at the moment, trying to make sure nobody flanks them, and they're going to push in on that right hand side, trying to get in for free without having to Uber. It's a deadly game here, could get sniped here at Marble, and he takes a rocket and actually does Uber, and we'll see whether CC can get any frags. Haven't really done any damage. Bash does take down Ips, and they just cap it out. Wow. Epsilon just didn't want to block it. What happened there, Rich?
Like, when you give up that much ground to the slow push, which Crackling were doing, Epsilon just let them walk in. Minimoose instantly jumped up top, got some spam onto the combo, which forced Nox and Mitzi to be a little bit out of position, and Tvik just started that cap instantly. It was a weird play. It's kind of a mistake that teams on Process make. They commit to holding their high ground on last too much. We see, oh, Numlock destroys Samsy on the middle with 3 stickies. The Soldier Bomb comes over Epsilon. They have gotten their pick, and they are thirsty for blood. Mini was going to be the first sacrifice. There's a scout dancing around Choke, but he is just going to die if he stays there. Numlock going for the big bomb. Is going to spot out the combo, eats an air sticky, or was that I think that was a sticky, not a rocket. But he got denied, and Crackland is backing up to last. They know they have been bested. Well, they want to push with their Uber here. They have 6 up. They could block this with a jumping soldier off of this Uber, but they are content to defend last. They feel a little more confident in that.
Yeah, and I agree with that as well. We can't really go into that second point there and lose the fight on the second. It's a lot harder to fight there. Instead, you're on last. You got the much more of an advantage, really. And we see Epsilon being the team trying to push in slowly on the left-hand side. Vic doesn't manage to take down a shot. And in actual fact, they haven't Ubered yet here, Epsilon. Gave both scouts in on the right. Bash takes a lot of damage. They're forced to Uber. Mini goes down, though. And where's CC's Uber? There it is now in response. Can they get any frags out of it? Doesn't look like it is at the moment, as Epsilon just back all the way out, losing Stefan, unfortunately. Bash still above. Vic goes down, and here come Epsilon back in, pushing in together. Wow, this is really, really nice coordination from Epsilon as they do try and get some players onto the point. Numlock comes in from above them. So much damage from Numlock. Does take down Brago, and Marble is so low, but unfortunately can't get him. And there we go. CC do hold on to that last point.
They should be able to push out and get some time on Spire here. That was very well played from Epsilon. They used their Uber to get Numlocked in high ground position. They had him there completely unaware. Crackland didn't know Bash was there as well. And Bash went in kind of as the bait, as the sacrificial lamb. And then Numlock just managed to come in late when CC were distracted and win. The big aggression from both scouts. Here comes the double bomb. The double rocket jump here out of Mike. He's onto the medic. Takes down Admirable there off of the assist from Numlock. Oh, Mike is going to die, but Brigo cleaned up as well, and Mini Moose, it's just 3 alive. Vic is going for the flank right now. He needs to make huge picks, but he's shooting from so far away, gives his position away. Ips is going to go and take down Nox. Missy to Samsey here, but there are still so many alive for Epsilon. It's just Samsey, he's taken down. Spire has been capped. Epsilon moving to last. 4 seconds still on the spawns. Numlock is sticking it off, and this will be a round to make it 4-1. Bash is on that cap. Shocky and Numlock assisting him as well, getting that fast capture. So this is 4-1. About 8 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game here. And Crackland overcommitted pretty hard once they saw that aggression coming in. They really should not have lost so many players there, Greg.
Yeah, I completely agree, but it was some really, really nice bombing in from Numlox and Mike, and for some reason CC just weren't aware of that, and this defensive play did not work whatsoever, and actually Mike goes in, steals the CC health pack, and then jumps away. So let's see if Epsilon can do anything with that little bit of an advantage, as they're now pushing up on their left-hand side, trying to get forward. Mini Moose goes down, and actually CC really need to start backing out here. They've got the bunt of that. What am I trying to say? They've taken a lot of damage. That's what I was trying to say, Rich.
Yeah. As a caster coming back from a little bit of an exile, it's kind of difficult to remember your words sometimes. Mike is going to bomb in here aggressively on a second, trying to get another kill. There will be a scout. Here comes Numlock's second bomb, throwing some stickies, takes down Vic very easily, but is so low. Not going to pop the Uber on, and Brigo is in position to defend this, getting great spam off, gets some pipes to launch that soldier sky high, but Brigo's the only one here right now for this Uber. Scout is going to come and support. Epsilon are going to back this off, but I think they'll re-push very quickly once the numbers get here.
And in actual fact, CC seems to have the slighter numbers advantage at the moment, and Epsilon like really caught out, and there goes Numlock down, and just Stefan left alive. He's on the second point still. There's a scout 1v1. Can he take this down to be able to get the back cap? No, he's trying to get the medic, and unfortunately does go down. And CC wipe Epsilon there. Really nice play.
Yeah, that was very well played. Brigo just kind of backed off after the Uber ended, went back in late and got a ton of sticky spam. We have a soldier that I can spot thanks to this great outline tool for Epsilon is going to go hide in the sewer. We see Bash up on the sniper on second. Mike is just chilling here. He's going to actually back off to his team. I think they want to play this sniper pick very hard. Mike's going to go for the huge bomb onto the rock. He's just going to jump away using those gunboats to perfection. Survives with so little health, but is still there. Bash is still on that sniper. This changes a lot for Crackland. Choke is no longer a really safe place to push. Bash can even rotate to take a peek at computer room, PC, if he really wants to. We'll have to see what Crackland decide to do. Their Uber is now up. They're slow moving off of it, though. They weren't ready to push right on the button. They're going to go for the sewer play, which is kind of what you do against the sniper because he has no real angle. But if Bash does what you're supposed to and backs up, he could get a very clean shot here. But he is still so far forward. They're moving in the far side. Bash now has to rotate, but he is going to get caught out by the soldier. Cleaned up by Minimoose. One free kill there. And the Uber is going to come out from Epsilon early. They're down in numbers. Minimoose gets dropped with the Uber, though. Was in pretty deep there. Brigo is plus 40 on the point, getting some great spam, but Unlocked is there to hold him back. The launch up into the sky from the stickies to fit clean up on the flank by Mike and Shocky. And Brigo is getting launched away. Tons of work coming out here. Ips is dead. 3 down for Crackland. Admirable is running away, but he is just with his demo in sewers. And there are players all over mid.
Nox as well, coming in right at the end of the Uber and manages to two-shot him. Really, really nice play from him. Kind of like hanging around the stairs, as actually Epsilon do take 2 more kills and just Minimus left alive, as they will take this middle point even with Nox going down.
Yeah, Nox went down earlier there than Admirable, so he's going to get a nice favorable spawn here. We'll probably take the forward. We'll see if he sticks with the Uber, if he goes with some Kritzkrieg, and in fact it is. Nox is going to spawn with that Kritzkrieg. They're going to use the Boston Bastion to build this. They're going to have a nice huge window to crits into this second point here, and to drop Admirable before he can even get his up. So, pretty smart play from Epsilon. It's the classic crit situation. Medic spawning slightly earlier at the same time. We see Tvik gets cleaned up by Mike there on the sniper. Did manage to kill him, but that'll be a trade Mike takes. Especially with his crits coming up, Mike's spawn should time pretty well with this Kritzkrieg. He'll be into the fight late, but I think Crackclan have a pretty solid read on the situation. They understand crits is very possible here, so they're holding very deep. Numlock wants to spot someone out. He knows where the combo is, but they don't have the crit yet. It is up now. Will they go for it here? Yes, they're going to risk it. The crits is going to go. Does a lot of damage, but no kills. Oh, Brigo stays a little too far forward, eats that second sticky. Admirable's back to last. Ips dies! I didn't even see where that was, but that was very misplayed from them to lose a second player to the crits. Epsilon want to move instantly. We see the sniper still there. We see Crackclan at 85% Uber. Have to get this to defend last. Minimus is going to die, though. Samsy is coming out from above. The big stack on point from Epsilon, and that is perfection. Get 2 big kills with the crits. Don't take down the medic, but know that you have enough of an advantage that you can win it anyway.
And one thing I really want to highlight there is the fact that Mike traded with the for the sniper pick. That was actually so crucial for Epsilon to be able to push into that, because with a critical you're not immune to that sniper shot, and Tvik can just pick off that medic. So really nice play from him, as we see Numlock trying to push down that left side, really aggressive on middle, and actually meets up with Nox.
Flank here. Oh, he's in behind choke right now. He's coming in so late for this. Epsilon are fighting a man down, but nobody knows. Mike's big bomb coming in on an Admirable, hits 2 rockets, make it 3 of the kill, and then instantly Bash and Shocky move forward, take down Samsy and Minimus. Mike is going to get cleaned up by Ips here, but is it really going to matter? Shocky is in all the big kills, the pipes, the rockets from Ips and Brigo. It's Tvik and Brigo against a scout and a medic. Nox is so close to that Uber. What a middle. Mike with the longest con I've ever seen got a huge kill. Epsilon not even going to try and contest this with their Uber. What a mid, Greg. Sorry to cut you off there, but oh my god.
Yeah, that was a really cool play from Mike. It's not something I've ever seen on Process, and he got around there really quickly, and Epsilon kind of like baited a bit of aggression out of CC, but then like pushed them back a little bit, made it seem like there were 6 there, and Mike just came into so much damage, but then in come the bombs from Crackclan the moment Ads dies, and here we go. Epsilon are going to try and push in with this Uber advantage onto this middle point. Ads currently on 50%. They lose Mike, in fact, nice sticky trap from Brago, and I actually think CC might be able to push this back, as the Uber is now popped from Epsilon, and they've not really got much time on this. Minimus goes down though, so there's a player, both a soldier down for each team, and CC are going to have to accept second point until Minimus is back up.
Yeah, and Tvik is on sniper right now, on second, spots that scout out and choke, but cannot get the snipe off. Looking towards PC now. We see that Epsilon are kind of scattered around middle. They are having a scout go through PC. Soldier is in aggressively, going to eat 2 pipes there. Did get the kill onto Ips, but gives his life for it. And that probably works out slightly better in Epsilon's favor, since Tvik is on the sniper, especially if Bash is going to make this kill and gets the Uber Force. Admirable has to pop. Brigo wants to get in aggressive. Has nothing really loaded, though. Is going to go for the Miracle Pipes onto Nox. Cannot get them. Bash cleaned up in the sewer. Mike is trying to fight here as best he can. It's 3v3. Uber is closer for Epsilon. Mike onto the scout, hitting some huge splash rockets off this wall in the sewer area. Has not much ammo, though. Samsy is going to die to Numlock, who is moving in through the choke. So nice push here from Epsilon. With their full Uber, this should be an easy Spire take for them. We'll see if Crackclan want to try and get aggressive to take this Uber away from them. But Mike wanted to peek in a last, just could not make it happen. Too many people die. The Uber is now up for Epsilon in this, the possibly last round of the map.
Indeed, we're going to try and see where they push from. They're probably going to go lobby yet again and maybe force their way on that right-hand side. They seem to like that. Maybe get some players up top, and we'll have to see if it actually works out for them this time around. As in they come, Uber popped early, in fact, no trying to force their way in. And actually Sticky's on the points from Brago, so they can't really get any cap time. There's the Uber back from Ads, and actually 2 players, both scouts down for Epsilon. Nox goes down, trying to escape through lobby to Ips as well. And that's only 3 players left up from Epsilon, and what are they going to be able to do?
Look at Mike. Mike is hiding up top on last. He gets spotted out late, though. He was in such a perfect hiding spot. Nobody had seen him, and then one scout just turned around errantly and caught a glimpse of him. That could have been such a huge play. We see that Numlock is aggressive in lobby here, gets cleaned up by the flood of Crack Clan players. Samzy is jumping to the Spire right now. We're down to 45 seconds, so one round is the only hope that Crack Clan have here. They can get one round out of this if they go fast. They have a significant Uber advantage, but they have to move so quickly just to get it. Samzy and Tfik moving in through the choke. Want to get some frags here early. Samzy takes a ton of damage onto this soldier. Big bomb out of Brigo. He's getting some stickies on a Nox. Will take him down. 20 seconds left. One round is the only thing left in the cards for Crack Clan, but they have lost some players. Tons of damage to be put out by Numlock here with the bomb. He gets one kill onto Samzy. Mitzi gets a clean up on a Brigo as well. Down to 15 seconds. It's 3v1. This will be the end of the game. No time left for Crack Clan to get around. This will finish as a 5-1 in favor of Epsilon, who had a spectacular game out of their scouts, out of Numlocked, and Crack Clan just really didn't seem to have an answer to Numlocked on middle.
And that was actually a really, really low-scoring game, but a lot of good frags really out of Numlock and Bash, I think, from Epsilon. They're both top 6 and 24. Brager and Civic on coming just after that, and Minimoose, in fact, 21 and then 20s. And then a few people, you know, in the teens after that. So a really, really low fragging game, as it was quite slow. But it was very, very taxing, wasn't it, Rich?
Yeah, it was a very well-played game from Epsilon. They were much more coordinated than Crack Clan at pretty much all points. Crack Clan had their share of good moments, good pushes, but just didn't make it happen on quite the same level as Epsilon. They also didn't seem to cover their flanks quite as well, because Mike several times made it in behind, Bash and Shocky as well. We're constantly on top of Admirable. I don't know. Crack Clan looked outclassed, which kind of everyone expects. Epsilon are the #1 team in Europe, the cream of the crop here. I don't think this result is too surprising to anyone. I think people maybe expected a better fight out of Crack Clan, because of the 5 round wins that Epsilon got, pretty much all of them were of the variety of Epsilon win mid and then just push Crack Clan back, whether slowly or quickly, whether they steamroll it or whether they go very slowly as they make Crack Clan suffer. There was a little bit of back and forth in the last round, and also the round that Crack Clan won, but generally Epsilon were dominant. Admirable, proving only 1 round off in his prediction, said it was going to be a 5-2 loss. In fact, it was a 5-1 loss. So shoutouts to him, the Prophet, the Irishman. But yeah, pretty solid match.